Hello, everyone. Today in this lecture, do we are going to lecturing on the prediction and assessment of impact on environment. How you can predict the effect on how you can predict the risk in the if you need to develop or design the project. This is mainly focusing on that. Yeah, how you can do the balance between the development and the sustainability of the project. This in this lecturing. Let us to see the introduction to the environmental impact prediction. What does mean this word, or what does mean this text? It means how we can do the forecasting the potential that can affect to the environment before implementation any project. How you can do the good forecasting for the potential environmental risk before implementation the project. This is all. How you can do the predict, how you can do the forecasting for the risk for the environment. The main objective of this of the prediction to avoid the irreversible harm that can affect to the environment. Additionally, can do the compile with the law. As we mentioned, there is a money law in the different countries here. If you need to develop any project, it's very important to follow that law. Yes, when we are doing the prediction, that is a compiling or requirement of the project. Lastly, how you can promote the sustainability of the project. When we are avoid the risk, that means we can save our the environment and also we can save our resource for next generation. This can help us to promote the sustainability of the project. Example, now if you need to develop the railway or need to develop any factories, before we are do that, we can predict what is the risk we are expected to happen due this project. Yeah, like example, if you need to do the air highway or the big road, one of the prediction is the deforestation effect, because when we are building that high road, we are cutting the trees and also the cutting many things in during when we are developing that project. This is the example. Additionally, let us to see why is the impact assessment important. One of them, legal compile, as I mentioned. There is a law as a different country, and even in like in United States, Europe, even in African countries, there is a law and legislation. If you need to develop any project, you must follow that requirement of that country. The importance of the assessment that can help us to compile that law which required by the country. This is the one of the important of the impact assessment. Moreover, the sustainability. When we are doing the assessment, that can let us to do the balance between the economy and ecology. Economic, like example, you can gain more money or improve or increase the economy. Additionally, in other side, also we can save the ecology life here, like biodiversity of the microorganism. When we are can help us to sustainability of the project here. This is the one second important of the need assessment and impact assessment. Last one, stop the damage, early damage. As you know, when we are developing project, example like railway, we are going to cutting the trees, and also there will be many microorganisms at that area which we are going to develop in the project, and that can can be damaged or can be lost. Yeah, when we are doing the assessment, that can let us to see, is it this project has big risk or big effect to the environment or not? If we realize that project have the big problem or big effect to the environment, that can let us to stop that project. If we see that effect or risk can be solved, that can let us or to take the decision for for the next step and develop the project. This is the main importance of the assessment. One of them is the prevention to stop the damage. Additionally, is sustainability, balance between the economic and ecology. Lastly, legal compliance with the law, which is required by the countries. Now let us to see the key term explained. One of them are impact prediction. What does mean the impact prediction? That means will the factory or the project we are going to develop it or to do it, is it increase the local air pollution or not? This is the impact prediction that can help us to do the estimation by qualitative and quantitative studies or information. When we are collect the qualitative and quantitative estimation, that can help us to estimate exactly problem. Is it do the air pollution or not? This is one of the this is a definition of the impact prediction. Will factor increase the local air pollution? Yeah, by do quantitative and qualitative assessment or estimation. Additionally, what does mean the impact assessment? Impact assessment is how bad things will the pollution will be. This project, what the bad thing is going to do? Is it high air pollution or middle high air pollution or low air pollution? Or let me say high risk, medium risk, or low risk. This is the impact assessment. Lastly, mitigation. How we can do the mitigation of the risk. Mitigation installs that, like example, when we are see the chimney at the emission the carbon dioxide, we can put it scrubber that can let the finding gases or can refine the gases that perhaps can affect to the environment, yeah, to mitigate no discharge chemical things directly to the water or to the land directly. It's very important to do the retreatment or treatment to avoid the risk things or risk material to the direct environment. This is a call it mitigation. Now let us to see the method for prediction impact. What is the method? There is the many method used to predict the impact of the project. One of them is the expert judgment. Like if you need to develop the project, you have bring the panel of the expertise from the different background. Some of them public health, some of them the ecologists and other epidemiologists to do the discussion about that project. Every expertise, he put their view or his opinion about the project that can let us to sort out the main issue or main problem and I will predict during this project. This is one of the technique called the expert judgment. Another technique is the model, like do the software. Software just the collection data and simulate this project, like airway or like factories is a simulation. This factory is going to emission like carbon dioxide. in one day, like 20 in the 1 year is going to be the like 100 or 1,000 ton. How this 1,000 ton in the environment is going to affect to the environment or to the people? Yeah, this is a modeling. Just we can put these numbers or this information which we are modulated them and put it in the project or in the program, software program that can help us to predict the risk of that project. Our first technique is called field studies. Field studies like pilot test. No, we can just take the simple example. Like if you need to mining at some area, we need to develop the mining project. It's very important to do the pilot test. You can select the sample area. It's like 1 hectare, and you can develop that project. How that project is going to affect. If we realize that sample or the pilot test have the big effect in the environment and the human, then also can help us to predict the impact here. That can help us to take the good decision. Last one, checklist. Checklist like matrix. You can see linking, you can do the link between the activities and also with the impact. How this project, we can break down the project to the activities, and we see that each activities, how that activities can affect to the environment or to the human, like cutting trees, like digging the land, like change, like it can go to see all that activities, how that activity is going to affect to the human or to the environment. This is the called checklist techniques here. This is a method used in the predicting impact. As I mentioned, one of them, the expertise judgment. You can see the panel of the expertise, different background from the different background. Secondly, modeling, how you can use the modeling to predict the risk of this project. Third one is the field studies. We can see the pilot study from that project. Lastly, checklist. We can do the link between the activities and impact of that project. This is the three techniques here. Three techniques of the production. Example for production air, like step by step. Some of them we can example for predicting air pollution step by step. Firstly, we can baseline the data. Like if you beginning of the project, we can see the particle matters, the 2.5 here, level at the each 10 milligram per meters. This is a normal before develop the project. After the development the factory emits the 5 ton per year of for this gas SO2, and the output with what we are expected or what we are predict will be 2.5 equal 20 will be 25 per milligram per meter, rather than 5 milligrams here. This is a too high. 10 milligram to 125 milligram per liter, which is not aligned with the WHO requirement. This is an effect or big problem. Now let us to assessing impact significant. factor during the assessment, which factor we are be considering? There is a many factors. Some of them the mitigation. How that risk, is it high or low? Is it severe pollution or minor noise or minor pollution? This is the factor will be considered. Duration. This risk is going to be for long time or for short time, construction or for long time like climate change. Additionally, reversible. Is it can that this damage will be fixed or in the old time or it can be in the specific timing? This is the factor we have considered during the assessing impact significance. One of them, the magnitude and also duration of that risk. Lastly, this risk, is it fixed or reversible? Yeah. This is a factor we are going to consider. Now let us see risk assessment. Also, the risk assessment has the categories. One of them low risk and some of them high risk. Low risk will be the temporary noise during the construction, the building construction. And the high risk will be toxic waste leakage into the groundwater. If this project related to generate sewage or toxic waste, and this waste will be leaked inside the groundwater, this is considered as a high risk. Yeah, even the risk assessment, there we have the category. Some of the risk is the low, and other is will be high, as you see in this example. Now let us to see the case studies, dam construction. We can see the impact when we are going to develop or to construct the dam. We can see the positive and negative impact. In the positive impact of the building the dam or the dam construction, one of them, this dam can give us the clear energy and also can control the flood because he's going to let the flow of the water to be more organized. Other side, in the negative or disadvantage of the dam construction, 2 million or 20 people or people so live or habitat around that dam will be displaced. Yes. Additionally, fish extinction. Yeah, will be many fish or some organism inside that water will be died. How you can do the mitigation this risk? One of the mitigation techniques is the resettlement. Resettlement of the resettlement of the some soil or some soils. Yeah. Additionally, fish ladder. How you can put the ladder for the fish to let the fish not extension. Additionally, we can sediment trap. How you can trap the sediment? How you can trapping the sediment soil? In the dam, there is a many sediment of the soil. How you can do the trap and you can take that soil. Now let us to see the challenges in prediction. The prediction also have some challenges. One of them are uncertainty, limitation, uncertainty. Climate change alter the rainfall pattern. Sometimes there is something, it's uncertainty, like climate change is going to change the rainfall pattern. Our second challenges in the prediction is the data gap. No record at some areas. or even at some countries, there is no record. This is considered as a challenge. If you not have the record, it's difficult for us to predict. Last challenges is considered bias. Under-reporting to speed up the approval. Yes, some people can do the bias when they're not reporting. All this can affect to the project. This is the challenges of the prediction. One of the uncertainty, gap of data, is a bias. Now let us to see how you can improving the accuracy solution. One of the solution of that challenge is to triangulation method. When we are need to predict for the some project, it's very important to use the many method, or you can use more than one techniques like modeling and field studies, and can see the information for of the model and also information for the judge expert and also for the field studies, then or pilot studies. Then we can triangulate the data. Is it all this data? Is it the same result, or there is some variation, or there is some discrepancy? This can help us to solve the challenges. Secondly, engage the locals. Indigenous knowledge on the wildlife also is important. People also will be engaged. Many people, they have their vision and they have own knowledge also will be considered. Lastly, adaptive management, minor and adjust. By these three ways, we can improve the accuracy for the prediction. One of them, triangulation, the method use more than one method. Secondly, engage locals. Third, adaptive management. Conclusion and key takeaway. Summary. Predict, assess, mitigation. Yes, this firstly you can do the predict what is the risk we expected from this project, and you can assess that risk, and then you can see the solution or how you can do the mitigation of the risk. Secondly, the tools or techniques we are using in the prediction. One of them, the model or pilot test, expert judgment, and in community input. The goals of the prediction is a sustainability development. Thank you for you. This is our presentation of the prediction lecture. If need more information in details, you can find. I will share with you the material and go through that material. Thank you a lot. Have a good moment.